All right, y'all. We back at it again with Peach McIntyre. McIntyre. If y'all know, then y'all know when I did that. But anywho, she is a content creator. For people who do not know, she calls herself a content creator. I already said who she was in the past other 2 videos. I believe this is my 3rd one. So if you've been watching, you know who she is. I have a clip that I want to play for y'all. Peach over there talking about how she doesn't care if her husband doesn't take care of the kids before her, as long as he's taking care of her kids, which would be they kids. Let me just roll this clip and I'll be right back.
Over and over and over again. I don't give a fuck about nobody's kids but mine. I don't care if I lay up with a man who don't take care of his kids, as long as he takes care of mine. When he stops taking care of mine, I will cut the fuck up. And then he fall back in line and we'll be cool again. It's not my job to go save other people's motherfucking kids. It's not my job to encourage a man to do right by his kids. It's nice if I do so, but that is not a requirement. My requirement is to ensure that he takes care of mine. Even if I get with another man, which will never happen, with kids, it'll never happen. I don't like nobody's kids. But let's say hypothetically, I left my husband or my husband left me and I got with me a new man and he got kids. I would not give a fuck about his kids. Instead, I would be asking him, hey, honey, what you gonna do for mine?
All right. Listen, I got so much to say on this topic real quick. So hang in there with me, y'all. Number one, first thing first. If you are dealing with a man who doesn't take care of his kids and no baby mama issue, he just like not taking care of them, I wouldn't even be messing around with him, because how can I trust that you're going to take care of our kids, let alone if I got kids before you? That's number one. Number two, if you happen to go down that route, which I have seen plenty of women who deals with men, marry men and deal with men who don't take care of their kids, the kids before the woman, and they don't say anything about that. And if they do, they don't go hard about that, because I guess they feel like I did what I could, and I don't care, such as how Peach McIntyre. If y'all know, y'all know when I do that. If y'all know what I just did. But anyway, they may feel like I did all I could do. I said all I could say to that man. Listen, it ain't my responsibility. If you are married, yes, if you are married, it is very much your responsibility that he takes care of those kids. Why? Because in the world, y'all are linked as one. So since y'all are linked as one worldly, what's his responsibility is yours, and vice versa. Now let's go spiritually. Spiritually, it's your responsibility. Why? Because once again, y'all are one, and y'all became one under the eyes of the Lord. And y'all have a covenant. A marriage is a covenant between the parties along with the eyes of the Lord. So to say that it's not your responsibility is most definitely foolish, because worldly and spiritually, y'all are looked at as one. Just like that circle, that band that goes on both of y'all hand is a circle that keeps going around. It's one. Now, the next thing that I would like to say is this. Before I got married to my husband, we've been together for 10 years. I said I would never date a man with kids. And by the way, guys, I had 2 kids by the age of 19. And I actually lived up to that. My husband did not have any kids before me. And I did not talk to no man with kids besides one man. And we was only talking. And that only lasts 30 days. Now, hear me out, men and women. Because y'all may say, well, girl, you had kids. You just as bad as Peach McIntyre. No, I am not. Let me explain. The only way I said to myself before my husband that I would date a man with kids if he was a single father, such as that 30-day man that I dated many years ago before my husband. Literally, we only lasted 30 days. It was almost like a Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphrey type of situation. No shade. But because it is a lot of men who deals with baby mama drama, whether it's their fault or not their fault or both parties' faults. I didn't want to be involved in that. So that was a pet peeve of mine. They had to not have kids. You know what I mean? Unless they, once again, was a single father, just like I was a single mother before I met my husband, that had to be in the same realm. I think that is pretty much fair. Now, it just so happened that I was landing men with no kids at all. I mean, I was not seeking them out. They just had to be single fathers, and we know it's not much of those. So to say that it's not your responsibility to help him with his kids, you can't make a man do anything. So if you already married into the marriage and he's not taking care of his kids, then you might want to step up to the plate. I said what I said. Yep. You might want to step up to the plate and help him a little more. Because if you're helping him, if you are leading by example, is what I'm trying to say. If you are leading by an example, he will follow. I mean, leading by example comes with love. Light in the darkness can't stay in the dark too long. So he will eventually follow. Child, and if not, I don't know what kind of man you done married, laid down with, made kids with, because you stepping up to the plate. So he's going to step up to eat with you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. You done married some kind of narcissistic, toxic little boy. I don't know. Now, if you don't want those responsibilities, in my humble opinion, I think women should not date men who has kids such as myself unless they were a single father, or move a little slower and do your due diligence on who he really is and how he interacts with those kids. Is he seeing those kids? What's the reason behind he's not seeing them kids? Is he even fighting to go to the court? Yeah, because us as mothers, right, we definitely go hard for our kids. I think men need to be stepping up to the plate with that too, right? For instance, if your baby mom is not letting you see the kids, then how about you go to the court and fight to see your kids? No longer the days of she won't let me see my kids. Go a little harder for your child. You know what I'm saying? And I think if he has a woman in his corner, that's a plus, because she can help him go a little harder for his kids. I mean, stepfathers do it all the time with helping the mother out with a kid that's not even biologically his. One thing for certain, and two things for sure, men and women who was tuned in today. What I have learned over the years of my lowest lows and my highest highs, and the Lord ain't even done with me yet. Everything comes back around. Everything comes back around. And we are never fully prepared for the comeback, whether that's in a positive or a negative way. Real quick, if you are new here to the Reawaken Podcast, check out the description box for more information on the Reawaken Podcast. All right, y'all, that's all I have, and I'll see y'all on another video.